Breaking, Eala's epic season finale. Watch her unforgettable last tournament of 2025. The wind carried the sound of applause long before the lights dimmed over the Hong Kong Tennis Center. It wasn't just another match. It wasn't just another tournament. It was Eala's grand finale of 2025, a season that had tested her, shaped her, and transformed her into something beyond a rising star. She had become a symbol of perseverance, pride, and Filipino excellence. This was not merely a game. This was the last chapter of her most defining year, and the whole world was watching. Sunrise a year to remember. 2025 had been a year unlike any other for Alex. From her record-breaking climb to world number 51, to the nail-biting matches in Madrid and the emotional wins in Singapore, she had turned every court into a battlefield and every swing into a story. There were heartbreaks too, the narrow loss in Guangzhou, the doubles defeat that brought her to tears. But as always, she rose again. Every fall became fuel, every setback became strength. And now, standing under the lights in Hong Kong, she was ready to close the season not with farewell, but with a flourish. Her coach's words echoed in her head that morning. "You're not ending a season, Alex. You're beginning a legacy." Philippines, the pride of a nation. Across the Philippines, excitement rippled through every city and island. It didn't matter that the match was in Hong Kong. The energy pulsed from Manila to Mindanao. TV screens glowed in crowded cafes, school gyms, and barangay halls. Children wore red, blue, and yellow wristbands. Streets emptied as Filipinos gathered to watch their own. In Makati, a giant LED billboard flashed her image. "Good luck, Alex. 115 million Filipinos believe in you." Her story had become their story. A story of courage, discipline, and faith. Tennis, the final stage. The stadium was electric as Alex stepped onto the court for her first-round match in what would be her final tournament of a year. The announcer's voice boomed through the speakers. From the Philippines, Alexandra Eala, cheers erupted. Filipino flags waved proudly among the crowd. Alex smiled, touched her chest, and whispered, "Paras e bayan." She looked around, the lights, the noise, the energy, and she felt it all surge through her veins. Every moment of 2025 had led here. Her opponent was a familiar rival, powerful, fast, and ranked higher. But Alex wasn't thinking about rankings anymore. She was thinking about closure, about gratitude, about leaving every ounce of strength she had on that court. Tornado, the match begins. First serve, ace. The crowd roared. Her opponent responded with blistering forehands, testing Alex's agility. But Alex was unshakable, sliding across the court like poetry in motion. Each point became a dance of instinct and determination. When she hit the lines, it wasn't luck. It was years of precision. Her mind whispered between points. Calm, focus, heart. After 45 minutes, she took the first set 6-3. Collision the second set, a storm within. But champions never go unchallenged. Her opponent came back stronger, slamming aces and forcing errors. Alex's legs felt heavy, her breath sharp. At 4-4, a long rally, 23 shots, ended with a drop shot from Alex that fell inches from the net. The crowd gasped, then erupted. She raised her fist, not in arrogance, but in belief. "One point at a time," she whispered. But fatigue crept in. The opponent fought back. Second set, 5-7. The match was now tied. Fire the final set, defining destiny. Everything came down to this. One last set to close a monumental year. Alex sat on the bench during the break. Towel over her shoulders, eyes closed. She thought of everything. Her family watching from Manila, her first WTA win, the sacrifices, the sleepless nights, the people who believed when no one else did. Then she stood up, and when she walked back onto that court, she was no longer the 20-year-old player from the Philippines. She was a force, a reflection of every Filipino dreamer who had ever dared to chase something bigger. The rallies grew longer, the crowd louder. Every point felt like a heartbeat. At 5-5, the match reached its peak. 15,000 fans on their feet, chanting her name. Alex, Alex, Alex. Her opponent served hard down the middle. Alex returned deep, then charged forward for a stunning volley winner. She screamed, raw, unfiltered emotion. It wasn't just relief. It was release. Gemstone match point. The stadium fell silent. Alex to serve. She bounced the ball 3 times, eyes locked, heart steady. The serve flew, a rocket to the corner. The return came fast. Deep, spinning. Alex shifted left, then unleashed her trademark forehand down the line. The ball kissed the baseline. Her opponent froze. Game, set, and match, Eala. She dropped her racket, fell to her knees. Tears streamed down her face. The crowd rose in a standing ovation. Even her opponent applauded. Rainbow the post-match moment. When the interviewer handed her the mic, her voice cracked, but her smile never faded. I came here not to prove something, but to thank everyone who stood with me this season, she said. Every match, every loss, every win, I carry you all with me. The crowd erupted again. To my fellow Filipinos, she added, voice trembling, this is for you, always. She raised a Philippine flag that a fan handed her from the stands. Under the lights, its colors glowed brighter than ever. Dove beyond the court. After the match, social media exploded. Hashtag Eala finale trended across Asia. Celebrities, athletes, and fans flooded her timeline with congratulations. Serena Williams tweeted, "That's heart. That's legacy. Well done, Alex." IGA Swiatek posted, "Proud of you, Alex. The future of tennis is bright." And from home, the president of the Philippines shared a message. "Alex, you brought honor to our nation once again. Your fight, spirit, and humility inspire every Filipino." Sunflower, what's next for Alex? After her final match of the year, Alex announced she would take a short break to rest and refocus. But she hinted at something big coming in 2026. A new team, a new mindset, and an even stronger version of herself. The story isn't ending, she said. Sports historians will one day look back at 2025 as the year Alex Eala stopped being a rising star and became a pillar, not only for Philippine tennis, but for the spirit of youth and resilience. She showed that you can fall and still rise higher, that you can represent your country not just with medals, but with character, that you can be young, female, Filipino, and unstoppable. Her journey isn't a fairy tale. It's a roadmap for every dreamer from the islands who dares to stand tall on the world stage. Shooting star epilogue, the girl who made the world believe. Long after the match ended, the stadium lights dimmed, and the crowd went home, Alex stayed for a moment on the empty court. She looked up at the sky, a swirl of purple and silver, and whispered, "Thank you. Not to anyone in particular, just to everything. The journey, the struggle, the people who believed, and even the ones who didn't." Then she picked up her racket, slung it over her shoulder, and walked toward the tunnel. The bright Filipino flag stitched on her bag, glowing under the final beam of light. Because even when the season ends, legends never really stop playing. They just begin a new story. And for Alexandra Eala, the best chapters are still to come. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.